why do men's bathrooms have sinks in them if no one ever uses them? I wouldn't want to be a janitor at Home Depot, because then every time someone shits and the toilet's on display, I would have to clean it up. Something I do, I told this to a friend, and he said that he does it too, actually. Whenever I go to the bathrooms, like men's bathrooms, and there's no one else in there, I piss in like every stall. I was really surprised to hear that he did it too. So there's something I've been sort of struggling with lately, a question. Maybe you guys can help me out. Is it gay if they're like two guys and they have sex? Like two guys fuck, I don't know. So I like my women the same way I like my coffee, boiling hot and with my penis in them. Okay, shit, that's some sort of dirty stuff, especially the last one. So I want to tell a poem, a letter of mine to a dear old friend. How are you? I am fine. May I touch your rear end? So, my mom, like when I was growing up, always told me, don't talk with your mouth open. And then she'd say something along the lines of, So, some scientists recently got together and they did a study, a special study on like tattoo removals. They figured out that 100% of people who get tattoo removals have previously gotten tattoos. So I was walking down the street this one day in New York City, and a lot of you may know people can be very rude there. So I stepped on this guy's shoe, and he got real mad, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass." So he's like, "Oh, I hope that when you are kicking my ass, you stub your toe." Peanuts are just extremely chunky peanut butter. That's so there's the Easter Island, which is located southeast of Norther Island. So the world was stunned by the first black member of the Blue Man Group. So I like to follow in the way of one of my favorite presidents of all time, Abraham Lincoln. Whenever I have to do like an essay for school, if I have like 80 minutes to do the essay, I spend 70 minutes sharpening my pencil. So I was on Wikipedia recently, and there was like this list of people who may or may have not existed. So I was able to guess a few of them, like Homer, who was a writer, and like he may have been a real person, he may have been a collection of people. Robin Hood, Jack the Ripper as well. We aren't sure if he was a real person or like, but on that list, I did not see Jesus Christ. Not sure if he existed. So, so here lies Timothy H. Rodriguez. He will live on forever in our hearts and various other organs. So I think it's sort of strange how philosophers will say stuff like, what is it that defines us as human? Like, what's the difference between us and the animals? Like, some people said tools, but then monkeys and like ravens were using tools, so it couldn't be that. Some people, I think it was like Plato who said featherless bipedal creatures, so like anything that's featherless and walks on two legs. But it's sort of weird, because the closest thing to us is chimpanzees. And if you can't tell the difference between a chimpanzee and a human, then like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, yeah, that's all I got. Thank you.